I don't know if you've heard, but it's game day here in Detroit. We've got a baseball game to play.
Really?
I heard. Did you hear this?
I might have heard some rumblings about it or something.
Fall-like, we were out there live this morning. It was chilly, but man, when it warms up, it still feels pretty good. And
the sun certainly helps with that, right? I mean, we have blue skies out there, maybe a couple little clouds, but nothing that's going to block that sun out. And so right now, you can see the camera shaking a little bit over at Metro Airport, where we have sustained winds about 10 to 15 miles per hour. Gusts are a little stronger than that, so we'll get to that in a moment. But you can see temperatures are in the mid to upper 50s across the area. Another look at those temperatures. So 60 off in Jackson, 61 in Adrian and Sandusky, but the rest of us still holding tight to the 50s. We'll get in those 60s, though, before you know it. Forecasted highs today, anywhere from low to mid 60s. We could get into the upper 60s closer to Adrian, but just bump down that high today to 64 for the forecasted high. Otherwise, the forecasted lows tonight, this is worth noting because we did have a frost advisory last night for Lapeer, Genesee counties, but I think that we'll have more counties included in the mix as we head into tonight. Hasn't been issued yet, but with those 30s that are forecasted for overnight lows and us being a smidge cooler tonight in some spots, I think we could see some patchy frost develop. Otherwise, we'll be right around 40 in the heart of the metro area. So the wind gusts, currently we have wind gusts anywhere from about 13 to 23, 24 miles per hour. So we'll have about a 15 to 20 mile per hour wind gust throughout the afternoon. Come tonight, 40 for that overnight low, but 30s in the suburbs, and we will have the patchy frost. Let's look ahead to tomorrow's forecast for the Tigers, because we already know this afternoon's gorgeous. And tomorrow will be a later first pitch, 6:08 at Comerica Park. So it means we'll be a little bit cooler. We'll be past the peak heat of the day. Pleasant temperatures, though, 4 o'clock if you're doing some tailgating or maybe grabbing an early dinner downtown. 62 degrees for that first pitch, upper 50s by the time the game is done, but we don't anticipate any precipitation. In fact, precip doesn't really roll in until we get to Sunday. Cold front will arrive this weekend, and that brings us a chance for some rain Sunday, maybe a little isolated shower on Monday, but definitely cooler temperatures in the wake of that. So let's now check in down to the south with Hurricane Milton. You can see multiple tornado warnings popping south of Orlando. This yellow polygon you have here from about Orlando down to Miami, all under a tornado watch. So even as we are awaiting the eye of the storm to make landfall around midnight tonight in Bradenton and Sarasota, these outer bands are going to continue to produce some spin-offs throughout the day. So right now it's a Cat 4 hurricane. Just recapping this for you, even though it's weakening a little bit with 145 mile per hour wind speeds, it is starting to gain momentum in speed. So northeasterly movement at 17 miles per hour. Earlier today, it was around 12 when we started at 4:30. So it is picking up pace a little bit. Now, as we put that tracker on, you can see making landfall as a strong Cat 3, maybe even as early as 10 o'clock tonight. But we're kind of anticipating this closer to midnight. But this will be right around Sarasota and Bradenton. This will continue to push towards Kissimmee. That'll still have a major hurricane force wind speed. And then over in Cocoa Beach on the Atlantic side is a hurricane midday tomorrow before pushing back out into the Atlantic. So your local forecast, well, we warm things up Friday for high school football, 70s, but then we're in the 50s for highs going into early next week.